To make a quick little video about like pyramid schemes. Okay, I've been involved in a few, and luckily I haven't spent any money on them. So there's a big market out there, and they're targeting kids like you and maybe me, obviously. But bigger picture is they're targeting everyone. Let me get my mouth right. They're targeting everyone, okay? They're targeting everyone, and they're fucking coming for you, bro. They want your money. They want your money, and they want you to believe the bullshit that they're feeding you, okay? So you gotta be aware of these pyramid schemes. And I'm not saying that everything is a pyramid scheme. There's some legitimate businesses out there. You just gotta know which one to pick and which one to fall through with. So, if you even want to do anything like that, I'm just saying, for those out there that are like looking for the get-rich-quick scheme, sorry to break it to you, but there's no such thing as that, ever. And if anyone promises you that, they're lying to you. There's no way to get rich quick without hard work, grit, determination, okay? You gotta put in the fucking hours, dude. Straight up. So, as long as you realize that, then you can do whatever you want. But just know that there are people out there that are going to feed you a bunch of lies, and you got to be able to, like, not believe them. You got to be able to be smarter than that. You need to gain awareness, and it might take you going through some of those pyramid schemes to figure out what the fuck is going on. So, if that's you, I'm sorry, but you got to go through it to be better at who you are. You got to be able to go through those things to be more aware, and I'm guilty of it. I've gone through various programs where I'm like, oh, this sounds great. I was just like, I didn't know any better. I was never taught that. No one ever told me about it. People were just feeding me information, and I was like, oh yeah, I was gullible. I just believed everyone was as honest as I am, but they're not. That's point blank. People are out there, and people will do whatever they can to get money, and it's fucked up, because I wish everyone was more like, caring and like really cared about people, and were really like looking out for everyone's best interest, but they're not. People are very selfish, and they look out for their own interests, so you have to realize that. And if you want to go into a corporation where you're like selling products, or you're giving some sort of service, and someone's recruiting you and telling you to build a team, I'm not saying that that's always a pyramid scheme. Like, you can make more money than the person that recruited you in some cases. So it's just a matter of like how you understand it and how you're perceiving it and what knowledge you have on it. So just make sure you have the right information, ask the right questions. That is key. Ask the right questions. If you can ask the right questions, dude, you're good. They're going to be able to tell you everything you want to know, and you're going to have a very good idea of what this corporation is trying to do for you. So, I just want to address this because I feel like there's a lot of people that are out there that are gullible, and I'm guilty too, and I still am kind of gullible, but I'm learning to get better and not to fall for these traps. So, if I could save at least one person from this video, then thank you. I just want to let people know that there's pyramid schemes out there. People are trying to take your money, and people are lying to you, and that's everywhere. That doesn't just happen with pyramid schemes. It's everywhere. So if you can realize that, ask the right questions, and get the right information, so that way you can make a educated decision, then you should be fine, and you should have no problem going into a corporation or a company. And if you're gonna look up, you might want to Google the company, and it's just like anything else. You Google Safeway, and there's gonna be people like, oh, Safeway is awesome, they have the best foods, da 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 da, and then there's gonna be people like, Safeway sucks, go to Whole Foods. It's just, everyone has their own opinion. There's always pros and cons to every situation for the most part. There's always gonna be haters. There's always gonna be people that love it. So it's just like where you fit in, okay? So you can't take someone else's opinion. You need to make an educated decision for yourself. Yeah, you can get information from the people that have been through it before, but at the end of the day, you need to think for yourself. That's a big thing. You need to think for yourself, and it's hard. People think that they think, and you really don't think. You ask someone else's opinion of like, oh, how'd you do it? How did you get through that? It's like, no, dude. Yeah, you can ask those questions, but at the end of the day, you need to come to a conclusion of like, okay, this is how I perceive it, and this is like I'm gonna move forward with it, or I'm just not gonna move forward with it because this is not who I am, and this is not what I want to be a part of, and this is not how I want to be viewed at in life. So really, just watch out what you get yourself into. Don't invest in anything unless you know for sure it's right, and don't take opinions from people that aren't in there and don't have. Okay, if I could teach you anything and you can only get one thing out of this video, it would be that don't take advice from people that aren't where you want to be, okay? Don't take advice from the fucking hobo living on the street telling you how to make money. It's just like, it's obvious, but there's other things that people don't see that are like, you're taking advice from someone that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So make sure you get the advice from the right people, seriously, because I was guilty of that. And I've realized that now, and like my life has changed because I know that I don't take advice from anyone that isn't where I want to be. You know, if they have fruit on the tree and they're doing something that I want to do, then I know it's like, okay, that's a good person to probably listen to. So really, you got to make that decision, make an educated decision, and know what you're getting yourself into, because you could fuck up like a lot of your financial situation for that. So just be smart, learn from your mistakes, and don't make the same mistakes that I made in the past, because I mean, luckily it wasn't super substantial, but still, it's just like you need to learn how to like think for yourself and make an educated decision. So with that said, peace.